To be truthful. 5. Solitude. To be truthful to you, I don't know how to begin. My thoughts and emotions are ready to fly, but they cannot reach the escape velocity. I think the aim is painfully weighty. Maybe it will be better to ask help from much more authentic teachers. Do you know the miraculous words of Rumi? My heart is burning with love. All can see this flame. My heart is pulsing with passion, like waves on an ocean. My friends have become strangers, and I'm surrounded by enemies, but I'm free as the wind. Oh Jesus, as Matthew says, for I have come to turn a man against his father, a daughter against her mother, a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. A man's enemies will be the members of his own household. Yes, my dear, these are messages of perfect solitude. I don't want to lie. You must know that after recognizing duality's double-faced reality, your life never be the same again. As I discovered my ego's dead ends, and I began to watch and see by my soul's eyes, the old till then invisible pattern unfolded. And I just wondered, seeing as people repeat the same self-destroying circles of senseless passions, as their choices serve the never-ending drama. Yes, after some months of persistent practice, I became able to predict the ego's each next step. And truly, I was surprised that suddenly my familiars looked like Röntgen shots, as if they would have wore their reactive mind outside. I clearly saw, as the appropriate pushing buttons flash up when the attached provocative stimulus reached them, as the ego's pattern, like a huge operator switchboard, steers the automatical action-reaction interactions to the same blind alley without awareness again and again. Disappointment, astonishment, consternation. Yes, I felt a mix of them, whilst a wonderful liberation and self-confidence germinated within my soul. The moment of truth was unimaginably amazing. After decades of infertile questions, the answer has arrived. I recognized the pure causes and effects. I understood why do people do what they do. I could flash a glance into this insanity's depth, and it calmed me. Noticeably, the strange, dangerous, wide, senseless human beings follow a pattern which is interestingly logical, reliably predictable, so it cannot cause surprises for me, nevermore. Yes, my dear, never underestimate your inner enemy. The ego, evil, demon, has its own traceable consistency. And I just wondered, as I realized that my earlier friends obey the pattern, as their actions, like half-wit slaves, produce the expected results like marionette puppets. Later I began to play. I tried to guess where will their cause, effect, roller coaster lead their helpless, unconscious, suffering, complaining being. And I usually won my bet. And as the bird psychological skeletons became more and more unambiguous, so I became more and more lonelier, as if I would walk through a huge panopticon's halls. First, maybe you would try to accost the unconscious wax bodies, but then you have to realize that these bodies cannot communicate. They don't care, don't see you, just repeat the same automatic reactions and cast the appropriate role that you should have played. And slowly you learn to avoid them. Slowly you realize that no need for them, that you have a strong, confident, inner spiritual reality, where the false material world fades away, where eternal values wait your arrival. Yes, a wonderful, ethereal place where you can merge with the ancient oneness. Your inner voice is heard clearly. You can feel the long ago lost unconditional love that spreads through your precious spiritual being. And slowly you understand that only one single reality is true. It is your inner spiritual existence. And the material world loses its importance. Like an actor who goes home after the performance has ended. Yes, only solitude remains their fellow traveler. Solitude is spiritual awakening's side effect or natural outcome. Uplifting, blessed solitude is the sign that you have finished your own dramatic earthly performance.